The time I went to save white people, once upon a time, there was a Korean guy, you see, snatching white people off a college campus and brainwashing them. I got really upset about that. I can't believe somebody from another country gonna come around and do harm to my fellow citizen. I got mad. I was hearing that on the news. I was reading it in magazines. Mind you now, I ain't nothing but 17, 18, barely 18. But I was running around working on grown people jobs because I was telling a lie saying that I was 19. Because if I was 18, I would have to bring a birth certificate. So I decided to be 19 when I was 15. You could do that back then. You had way more freedom back then. I go get an old fake ID off of Canal Street, gave them $4.50, and it was on. I was working, making me a few dollars. Minimum wage was $2.30. I remember I couldn't even bring $100 home. After they take tax, I bring but $90 on for 40 hours. But I was the type who always liked to read and acquire knowledge. So when that came across my attention, I got upset about that. Because I'm living in the best country in the world, the champion of human rights. And I seen these white people crying on 60 Minutes and other programs. I felt sad for these people. They say their sons and daughters don't want nothing to do with them. They was going to school, going to college, and this Korean guy just kidnapped them. And now they don't want nothing to do with him no more. I said, no, that can't be happening over here. I ain't went to the police because I figured the police had too much on their plate. I gotta go do it myself. I ain't told my family what I was gonna do. But it just happened a chance. I was going to work, working at Elvendale. I call it the shipyard, but the shipyard. It was the shipyard to me because you had to take a lot of shit. I was working night shift. And I stopped at 7-Eleven, get me some snack to bring on the job, and I seen 3 white guys harassing a white woman. So I stepped out of my vehicle and I told him, hey, leave that woman alone. So me being who I am, I was always running around with long hair. They looked at me and took off. So I hold a conversation with her because she was dressed with a long granny dress on all the way down to her ankle, like a flower child. I say, what you doing up in this area? She said, well, I'm fundraising and witnessing. So I asked her, what church do you belong to? She said, the Unification Church. So I say, oh, I heard about this church. This church be brainwashing people. So she just smiled and she said, yeah, that's what they say. But we got a center in New Orleans on Canal Street. You ought to go and check it out sometime. I said to myself, I definitely will. Her name was Carol Sputnik, So I said, all right, you have a good day. Well, it was evening time. I'm on my way to work. And I said, I'm going to check this place out. Because I'm working nights. I'm off in the daytime. So I went down there. It was on Canal Street. I went knocking on the door. Young white woman come. And Heather invited me in. It was 3 white women up in that house. Well, 2 white women and a Filipino. I remember them like it was yesterday. Heather, Heidi, and Pauline. And Pauline was the one running the show. She was the central figure. So I sit there and let them talk to me because I'm waiting for the brainwash. And it was just regular talking. And Pauline said, well, Don, maybe you want to take a ride with us to Lufkin, Texas for a retreat. I said, yeah, I can do that. I said, that's where they're going to do the brainwashing at. I got to witness what's going on over there. She said, okay, come back Friday evening. You can leave your vehicle right here and catch a ride with us to Lufkin. So that's what I did. I went to Lufkin, Texas with 3 women. That was type of radical right there. 2 white and a Filipino. So I get up there. I don't see nobody look like me. Just white, Asian, and Latino. And they're all looking at me like I'm a UFO. And these other leaders that was white, they thought Pauline had lost her mind bringing me out there. You done brought this hood rat because they wasn't recruiting people like me. They was recruiting college educated people. They didn't know I wasn't no college educated because I had a big old afro down my shoulder. So they was all afraid of me. But Pauline, feeling my spirit, she wasn't afraid of me. Because if she was, she wouldn't allow me to come with her, Heidi and Heather. So we all standing one big old, it was like a big foam out there. They call it the foam house. And the people that live out there really didn't like them. They would come and blow their horn and harass them. So I'm waiting for the brainwash. And basically all they did was talk their ideology, what they call a divine principle, and play music, play games, just everyday things, Really had a good time out there. And I really ain't seen no brainwashing done. It was just like you go to any retreat with any church. So every time they would talk about the divine principle, Pauline would come sit with me and ask me what I learned out of it. So I'll tell her what I got out of it, whatever, And then she asked me to join. But these white guys didn't want me there. I could feel that. They were like, oh, no, no, no. But Pauline insists because she was a church leader, like them, she was a central figure. But I was on the white guy's side. I was like, no, no, I got to go back and work my job and whatnot, you know. I'm satisfied that y'all not really brainwashing people. That's what I was saying to myself, that the news media done lied to me and made me waste my time. That's when I find out that the news media ain't worth a damn. All they do is run scam on people. And these people were just everyday people having a good time. And I had a nice time there, playing volleyball and all type of other games, singing, you know, singing music, somebody playing the guitar, and we sing all type of music. Had a beautiful time. So Pauline insists on me joining, so I said, okay, I'll join. I'll give y'all a year. She said, all right, cool, but you gotta cut your hair. And I really didn't want to cut my hair because I'm an Indian from birth. I'm a true Indian. I never did like cutting my hair. And my mother made me cut my hair. Go by my grandfather, because he was a barber, but he was no barber that I could really understand, because he would give me the most ugliest haircut he can imagine. I guess what's in you come out of you. And all the kids would make fun of me, you know, or say, oh, Yvette's done scalp him. That what they'll call my grandfather, Yves, but his name was really Evan. So every 2 weeks I had to get scalped and had to get ridiculed when I go to school. But back to me going back to say white people. These people was there on their own free will. Ain't nobody was brainwashing them. So I joined them. They find a barber, an Indian guy, and he cut my hair, and I really didn't like. He gave me one of the worst haircuts I ever got before, and I really didn't like the haircut. And the guy really was upset that I didn't like the haircut. I could see that he really felt pain that I was upset getting my hair cut because he had long hair. So he could feel my energy, you know. I see he was crying, you know, because I guess I was crying either outside or on the inside. Because it took me a while to grow my hair. So I got it cut. They took a picture, made me an ID card and whatnot, and I was officially a Moonie. We was going around to different college campus, recruiting people, trying to recruit people, and we're witnessing, doing missionary work. And one thing I seen, we never did go in no black neighborhood. We always go to the white or Latino neighborhood. The upper class neighborhood. That's where we fundraise at. So I didn't believe that Sun Myung Moon was the Messiah. Because you leaving out a whole lot of people that look like me. I don't see no people that look like me there. I'm living with all white, Asian, and Latino people. We all living up in one big house. No privacy at all. Just like you were probably in jail. When you go to the bathroom, you got a whole bunch of people in the bathroom with you. And you got to take a shower or use the toilet. You get sort of like immune to seeing people. Because when you got to do your business, you're going to do your business, and everybody, we living like brothers and sisters. And we living a celibate life. And that was fine with me because I was still a virgin. So hey, I ain't know nothing but no sex and didn't want to know nothing about no sex. So I had a marvelous time with these people, but it was the pale face that wasn't part of the church that give me hell. When they see me with a bunch of pale face from the church, they pick me out the bunch to come up and razz me and won't do me harm. That's what I say about y'all people. Y'all hate without a cause. I could see I done did you something, but if you just see the color of my skin, you hate. Like uncivilized beast and snake. I hate. They pull guns out on me and everything else because they see me with a certain type of people. Like, oh, you shouldn't be with these people here. You should be with your own. And I was like, hey, I would like to be. So I'm living up in white neighborhood, upper class neighborhood. Unification Church didn't live in no ghetto part of town. They live in the upper middle class neighborhood. And that's where we fundraise at. For about 9 o'clock in the morning till about 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. I'm beating on white folks' door. Spreading the ideology of the church and asking for a donation. And I give it all to the church. Didn't keep a penny for me. Or I'm running around selling roses or selling flowers, beating on their door from about 9 in the morning till 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. Then the van will pick me up and then we go hit the balls at night. We'll go get something to eat at McDonald's or something. Then we go hit the balls at night. And we hit the white balls. We not hitting the balls that my people go to. We hitting the white, Latino, Asian balls. And I got where a whole lot of people want to do me home. I done went in biker balls where you got hundreds of bikes sitting out there. Not one vehicle. And when I walk up in there, they want to do me some harm. Because what the nerve of this black person coming up in a ball with all white or Latino people. And I felt my life in danger, but they didn't do me no harm. They wanted to do me harm, but somebody will always step in and stop them. So I was expecting to get messed up by somebody like these people that I felt was bad people, but they let me go unscared, unharmed. It's the people that I thought that was the good people that really beat me almost to death. These uncivilized beasts known as the police, right here, in this area, in this very house I'm living in today. Because my folks was worried sick about me. I'm all over the country, fundraising, witnessing for the Unification Church. When Jim Jones took all these people to Guyana, mostly American Indian like me, I was in the Unification Church. And he made all these people drink cyanide Kool-Aid and kill them. Like almost 1,000 people died. Mostly looked like me. And my people thought I was in the Jim Jones cult. But they were calling everything, that was a cult, y'all in a cult. This government is a cult. The church y'all go to is a cult. They got y'all brainwashed. Got y'all believing up in fairy tales. You just well believe up in the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus. So we caught a lot of flax when Jim Jones did that, because the Moonies or the Unification Church was known as a cult. But we was recruiting people. But they strictly was coming off college campus. White college campus. Not no black college campus, white college campus. So when I say I live with y'all 24/7, I really did. But they was educated people. When I came back and how I got back, going to these balls every night, these pale face want to do me home, because they see me might walking the ball with a white sister, and they thinking, oh, they got something going on. They don't know we live in a celibate life. She would say, look here, you take this side and I take that side, and we're gonna meet outside. So go in the ball, drunk people friendly. White woman come and hug me, and her boyfriend get mad. He go to his van and get his gun and wait until I come outside. That was really the straw that broke the camel back right there. It's enough me going these balls and he really hating me, but pulling a gun out and sticking it in my face. I look at that gun and look down the barrel. I could see the big silver bullet, and that bullet looked like it winked at me. And he hollered, "What's your game?" And his drunk girlfriend right there trying to tell him no, but she ain't trying to go and get the gun away from him. She, oh, don't shoot him, blah, blah, blah. And I'm frozen when he asked me what my game. I ain't got no game. I'm just up here trying to sell my roses for the church. I'm not going to make a penny because I'm a volunteer. And all I want to do is just survive and be alive. That's what I'm saying to myself. Out of the blue, the white sister that I was with, she came and stepped in front of me and slapped the gun aside. I'm like to myself, damn. Grabbed me by the hand and pulled me down the street. Even this drunk sucker was shocked she did some shit like that. She was willing to take a bullet for me. I ain't never had no guys want to take a bullet. I always had women want to take a bullet. That let me know the women is the strongest sex. These guys got themselves fooled. But if they see a gun, they gonna run. A woman gonna run toward the gun. And I done seen that several times in my life where women was willing to take a bullet for me. And I don't know if I would have done the same. But when you see a gun pointing at somebody, you want to run. But not no women. No, they straight up selfless, fearless. But yeah. But to make a long story even longer, I'm beating on these white folks' door, but they had an Asian family. I beat on their door, so they invite me in the house. And me and the Asian guy had a debate about the Bible because I got real good about the Bible. I know the Bible from front to back. So me and him debating the Bible, and his 3 kids, they listening to us and they really pulling for their dad, you know. So after me and him finished debate, he gave me his card and he said, look here, Donald, if you ever want to leave this place, give me a call. I'm like, yeah, right. So I took the card and I put it in my wallet. And I look at it later, he was an architect. And it was the firm that he had worked at, but he had his home number on it. Because when this guy pulled his gun out on me, I called this guy. Daniel Chain. That's what his name. I called him. I said, look here, man. You remember? You asked me if I want to leave this place to give you a call. I said, look, I'm ready. Because the van had just dropped me off. And I know the van ain't coming for hours. So he said, okay, I'm coming to get you. Where you at? So I told him my location. And it took him a long time to come. So when he came, he was telling me his family was telling him not to go because I was trying to kidnap him. So he came, we went back to the house where I debated him at, and all the family came and was happy to see me. And I lived with them because I only had the clothes on my back. Because I went back to the church because they would want me to stay. They would try to coerce me to stay. So I just left with the clothes on my back. I left everything at the church. So this Chinese family don't know me from Adam. They took me up in their house and I lived with them as I was one of their sons. And they had 3 young kids, 2 boys and a girl. And I watched him and his wife interact. A lot of love there. Just like we had love in this Unification Church, we were looking out for one another. But these people had real love. When they go to cook, they both get in the kitchen and cook. Ain't just the woman go cook, he go cook too. And they let me stay with them while they went to work and their children went to school. I could have robbed them of all this possession, whatever. But they could see the good up in me. But when I came back home, because they wanted me to go to college, and they said, what you want to do, Don? I said, I want to go back home to my family, because they worrying about me. I could feel in my spirit that they was worrying about me because I didn't let them know I was leaving. I was only going to stay for a weekend, and I stayed for a long time. So I could feel that they wondering what happened to me. So they had to bought me clothes and everything, so they bought me a bus ticket, and I came back over here, which was, we wasn't living up in this place yet. We were still living in Marrero. My mother bought this place, and that's how I got beaten up, because the people who was owning this house supposed to have been bad people. That's the narrative that these crooked cops give. We thought they was the same people in the house. But if you can't pick vibration up, then you're a fool. You're a fool. If you just gonna beat somebody for no reason and they really ain't doing you nothing, they just expressing themselves, they using their freedom of speech, and you gonna beat them like you some uncivilized beast. That would really turn my whole life around, because I was coming from church. I used to go to all different churches. because I wanted to know the truth. Find out the churches ain't nothing but scam. When the cop beat me up and I was in the hospital for about 2 weeks, nobody in the church come see me. It was the people from the street that really came to see me. And that showed me these people in the church have no love in their heart for nobody. If you ain't giving them your money to them, you don't matter to them. I mattered to them long as I was giving them money. But I'm in the hospital. We told so and so to come on. They ain't never stop. Nah. There ain't no love. But the people that I really thought really know me, because I've been living here for a long time, up in Harvey, Marrero, West Wego, thinking that the cops was my friends. The cops was here to protect and serve. They beat me almost to death. And I did them nothing and raised my hand up to them because I wasn't taught to fight police. So that put me at a way disadvantage of getting myself beaten and can't defend myself. A person that's running around with them, with their people, 24/7, come back. I don't see color. I only see characters. And these people were very unprofessional. I never seen police behave unprofessional when somebody going through stress. They had no empathy or sympathy. They laughing like clowns and buffoons. If I was the sheriff, which was Harry Lee, he's sitting up in hell right now, and all the rest of them, because when you condone evil, you just as evil as these people that you got underneath you. I'm not gonna let nobody get away with nothing if I know they're really uncivilized and evil. They're gonna have to pay for the injustice that they did. They're not gonna drag me down with them because they don't want to abide by rules. They're lawless, but yet they're supposed to be upholding the law. When I was in the church, we was banding together to fight communists, because they telling me and the rest of the people that the communists is our enemy because they don't believe in God. But I see the people that's running the government as communists that don't believe in God. They don't have no empathy and sympathy for nobody, especially if you're a person of color. They go out of their way to really just try to destroy your life. It's like it ain't gonna come back to them. Like I tell them, y'all ancestors in hell, and y'all want to join them or go to a lower level of hell. I say, if I know my people doing wrong, I'm not gonna condone them. I don't care how close you think you is to me. Color of the skin don't mean nothing. It's what's inside of you. If your inside rotten, then your outside is rotten. These cops was dirty and rotten. I had people that was on the street didn't did that to me. But yet they're supposed to be the protector of people, the protectors of right. And yet they almost took my life. Then they went lying down to the Gretna jail, and then these clowns come out with shackles. I'm the only one beaten up. Come with shackles, shackle my hands and my feet, and throw me in a cell. That's uncivilized beast right there. None of them couldn't see the good up in me. But yet, they're the ones supposed to be the one that's supposed to be upholding the law when they're the lawbreaker. It's like, oh, ain't nothing gonna happen to us. I'll be damned if it don't. A bunch of them died behind that. And the Most High let me see. Judges died, police died, and everybody that was in there was dying. You know? What goes around come around. Like I've been saying, you do the right thing, you don't have to worry about getting sick. But your sin gonna make you sick. I went to save white people, and the way white people repay me, they tried to destroy my life because they had a hard on, because they thought that I was the original people that was living in this house. And around that time that came, they'd kill a white Arlene Parish in LJ's. He was selling dope, I heard. And all cops had a hard on for my people. So they was like gives a reason to try to beat somebody to death. The street talk. And the people I was working with, I was employed at Elvendale shipyard again. They putting, all these older guys putting messing me. Man, you need to get a gun and go and kill them all. They ain't telling me the right thing. And if I will bow down to that energy, yeah, I could do that. But hey, all I had to do is sit back and watch them drop like flies. So let's do right so that we can live right and be healthy, wealthy, and wise. But one thing I find out, the news media love to lie. They put my name up in the newspaper and, oh, I'm a cockfighter. Every time these uncivilized beasts will pull me over, they got a bad attitude because that will come across. Oh, I love to fight the police. Yeah, right. Everybody like to believe their own lies. Well, why I ain't been fighting police in all these years? Why I ain't been fighting other people all these years? You mean to tell me that was just a fluke? I come from doing missionary work with the Unification Church. I'm living with all type of people. I ain't fight them. But all of a sudden, y'all coming to help my mother to get this bum that was abusing her. I decide I want to fight y'all instead of me fighting that bum. He wind up dying. You know. Y'all left her with the abuser and abused me and almost killed me. I was floating above my body, watching y'all act a fool. Just abused me. They got tired beating me. They said, oh, we ain't finished. We're going to take you in the wood and beat you some more. That's how corrupt they was. they're up in hell right now. Ain't the only one living. It's the one that was really trying to do the right thing. I seen him recently, and he still recognized me from all these years because they know they ain't did the right thing. But saying this, investigate everything. Don't believe just words, because the people that you think in power is nothing but devils. All they do is tell lies. They tell lies like they're trying to win the Nobel Prize. Saying this, peace, be still.